Hey guys, in this second video, I'm just going to go over some of the different types of transactions and the different gas costs that can be associated with those when we're developing our blockchain games. This is actually a supporting video to this article that I just wrote, Navigating the Challenges of Blockchain Game Development, focus on gas costs. As we kind of get into the further videos and tutorials, we'll start to be writing some code, but there's still some forethought that we need. So in the previous video, we just looked at a simple transaction. We calculated the gas cost and how all these different values add up to this transaction fee and how we could calculate that ourselves. And if you haven't seen that video, it's really quick. There'll be a link, and just check that out. So we can see here that it has this base cost of 21,000, and the most simplest Ethereum transaction at its base on this transfer is going to cost at least 21,000. And then once the operations or the complexity that you add to this increases, this will also increase. So let's look at something that is a little bit more complicated. So this is the USDC token. And if we go down here, we can see that this is 43. Okay, so this is a lot more expensive than the 21 that we saw, right? But this can also fluctuate based on the network, everything, the network congestion that's happening. So the more that the Ethereum blockchain is being used, the more gas is going to cost, right? So now that the price of Ether is kind of gone down and the market's a bit slowed down, you'll notice that there's not as much congestion on the network. So this is for ERC20, and then based on how the contract is actually written, how complex it is, this will also increase as well. But it's a little bit of more of an intuition on how this transfer function on the ERC20 is a lot more expensive than the transfer of just Ether, which is the native token of Ethereum. Now let's bring up another transaction. This transaction is the Bored Ape Yacht Club transaction. And we can see here that the gas price is 174. So the more complexity that a function has, the more gas is going to cost. So a quick intuition as a game developer is that if we can make our contracts and game interactions a lot less computationally intensive, the cheaper it will be for us as game developers, and also it will be cheaper for the consumers, our game players. So let's go into, I created this little Excel spreadsheet, and you can see here that we have the function, which is just a native ETH transfer, which is 21,000. Here we're saying that on the base case, this could be 62,000, and a Bored Ape mint could be 174,000, and this is the price in Gwei. We have our gas price here, which is this is our Gwei cost. And if we wanted to say get the current price, we could go to something like our etherscan.io and look at this gas tracker. So you can see here, on the high, it's basically 18 Gwei. Okay, so if we wanted to, change this to what the current market is, and we just fill these out. This is what the cost would currently be if Ether was, say, $3,000. Now we could go over here and go, okay, this is 2477. Let's just go and say this is 2477. And this is what these current this is what the transaction fee would be for us at the current value. Now, in any opportunity, we can see here that we have this gas cost. All ETH transfers are at least going to cost 21,000. That was discussed in the last video. These transfers, though, this is where we can get some intuition when we're creating our own smart contracts in our games. Is like, how can we make this, say this mint for the gas cost was 174. Well, what about making this 100,000? I mean, that's totally doable. We could make this like if this was say 100,000, right? Oops, not 10,000. Sorry, let me actually add another zero there. That's more like it. Now that mint cost at the current would be $4. Okay, with the gas price at 18 and the ether price at 24.77. So now we have some more intuition on the different types of interactions that we're going to have in our games. We're going to be transferring ETH. That's a very native thing to do. We're going to be transferring and approving our ERC20 tokens. Maybe we're doing this for our in-game economy and how our users actually upgrade. They use the in-game token for that. And of course, minting out in ERC 721 or 1155 for the actual game character herself or the assets that the game character has. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.